Hi everyone, welcome back to Trees and Turtles. My name's Imogen and in today's video I am sharing with you how you can work effectively and efficiently, and they are two different things. If you're not already subscribed, make sure to do that, give this video a big thumbs up, follow me on Instagram and let's get started. So what's the difference first of all? Being effective is about choosing the right goals and successfully achieving them. However, being efficient is about optimising the process or the method used to achieve those goals, minimising waste and maximising output. So basically they're both really central to achieving your goals and being productive, and they're often used interchangeably. People say, oh, I'm being efficient, and then in the same sentence, or they mean the same thing, they're being effective. And I see this really often and it's kind of a pet peeve of mine because they're actually really different, and yeah, okay, sometimes I use them interchangeably. Yeah, I'm not perfect, okay? Don't come after me in the comments. But I thought I would make a video emphasising the difference and how you can achieve each one. So first off, we have tips for being effective. Number one, clarify your objectives. Okay, so clearly define your goals and objectives. You can use the SMART criteria. I've made a different video on that, but basically that means your goal is specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound, and this ensures clarity. Okay, number two, you've got to prioritise high-impact tasks. So identify tasks that sort of move the needle. They contribute significantly to your goals. So you've got to focus on high-impact activities that really align with your long-term objectives, and if something's not contributing to your vision, bin it, okay? We have no time for that here. Alright, so you've got to understand, it was presented to me as the customer-centric approach, but it doesn't necessarily have to be customers. It can be anyone you're interacting with. So understand the other person's needs and expectations. So tailor your efforts to meet or exceed their expectations. So this can be in university, it might be your lecturer's needs and expectations. If you're in a job, it might be your client's needs and expectations. If you're in a relationship, it might be your partner's needs and expectations. So whatever the person is that you're working with, and often you will be working with people, understand what they need and meet those needs. Okay? It's as simple as that. Right, next point, regularly reassess goals. So periodically review and reassess your goals because things change and your goals might not remain relevant. So make sure that everything you're working on right now, again, contributes to your current vision. And yeah, sometimes plans can change, life can just throw a curveball your way, and you've got to make sure that your plan is flexible, it's adapted, and that you are up to date. Okay? Effective communication. So clearly communicate your expectations. When you are, when I talked about earlier, understand what the other person needs, the only way you can do that is if you communicate really well. So ask them clearly, what do you need? And if they are also good at communicating, they will tell you in very specific ways. Okay, so you've got to be good at that. You've got to foster open communication channels, and you've got to be clear about your deadlines, your project requirements, and anything else that you need to do to achieve your goal. And if anyone else is involved in that, communicate those things to them. On that point, build and leverage relationships. So cultivate positive relationships with colleagues, clients, people in your life like friends, family, partner, whatever. Networking and collaboration can really enhance your ability to achieve goals. So if you know someone who can build a TV or get you a job, that's really useful. So I know a guy is one of the best things that you can possibly cultivate. All right, network. Risk management. Alright, this is the last section in the effective part of the video, so pay attention. Identify obstacles and risks, and this is about what might be rather than what is, but develop contingency plans, because if something goes wrong, you want to know what to do, basically. That is the core concept of risk management, but it's basically having a plan. It's almost a sort of plan B, because your plan A is if everything goes right, your plan B is if something goes wrong. So know how to address challenges as they arise. Alright, this second section of the video is tips for being efficient. Number one is time blocking, okay? So allocate specific time blocks for different tasks. I've talked about this in a bunch of videos before, but group similar activities together. So I'm batch filming YouTube videos right now. I'm on this is the 10th video I filmed today. Anyway, so you've got to minimise context switching. Your brain is getting into a flow state and then suddenly you interrupt it and you go to a different task. That takes a lot of energy, okay? So do all of the same tasks together and your brain will be happy. Number two, optimise your workflow. Okay, so regularly review and optimise your workflow. So again, not to talk about my own YouTube channel on my own YouTube channel, but I have a specific workflow for making videos. So first I make the scripts, then I'll film the videos, then I edit the videos, then I upload the videos, then I do descriptions and thumbnails, okay? So there is an order to things that I have to do in order to run and produce this channel. Alright, set deadlines and time limits. Deadline is obviously like a month away, a timer is the next 50 minutes, what you're going to do. So both are necessary and both create a sense of urgency. Delegate appropriately. So delegate tasks that others can handle effectively. If you're in a group project, you're in a team, split up responsibilities, don't try and do everything yourself. You can, but it's kind of a recipe for burnout. Just putting that out there, guys. Delegate if you can. And also, it kind of reduces your ego, because if you have a team member who's genuinely good at their job, then you probably just need to, like, put your ego down a little bit, because you're just refusing to let them help when they could actually be adequate. This doesn't apply if your team members are incompetent, which they often are, but I'm just putting that out there. Alright, eliminate unnecessary steps. This is something I've had to do when streamlining my assignment sort of schedules a lot, because a lot of unnecessary steps can be introduced and it can be really confusing and overwhelming if you have 20, like, listed 20 things where you actually only need 10. Again, obviously you need to break down your task into really small manageable steps, but there is such a thing as overkill, okay? So balance is key. Analyze your processes and remove any unnecessary steps or redundancies. Simplify your workflows. And this could be really sort of as simple as I'm delegating some stuff, therefore it's off my plate. Okay, so see previous points. Right, I have 2 more tips for you, so stay tuned. Use templates and checklists. Obviously, everyone knows templates and checklists, but it can make your processes so much more efficient. You have to create a document 100 times. Do not type it out, okay? Like, that is the worst way to do it you could possibly conceive of. You need a template and find and replace, okay? Obviously, yeah, you check it afterwards, but if you're not using templates, you're wasting a lot of time. And the final thing I want to say to you is that you need to implement continuous process improvement, okay? So foster a culture of continuous improvement. Right, regularly evaluate your processes, and this could be done for you, it could be done in a team, in a relationship, in a family, whatever. But you got to seek feedback, okay? You need to identify areas that you're sort of not performing at a great level. You could optimize, okay? So if you're not always looking to improve, then you're doing it wrong. All right, these were my top tips for being effective and efficient in your work. If you're not already subscribed, make sure to do that. Give this video a thumbs up, follow me on Instagram, and I'll see you guys next time. Okay, bye.